Imogen is in the other room, so I'm painfully, and by other room I mean our bedroom, we have 2 rooms in our apartment, so I'm painfully aware that I'm being listened to in real time, which is terrifying. Can you hear me?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Kind of? That's wonderful. But this is a bit different. I wanted to try, like, just yapping to you, because I've been playing around with the idea of, like, making more, like, video essay content as well as, like, the craft vloggy stuff, because I enjoy both. But I do enjoy hopping on a soapbox and just talking shit about, like, not talking shit, but, like, talking about something I have learned or, like, know about, which I think the video essay presents a good format for me to do that, because in some ways I do that with, like, essays I write for uni, but it's only so much about, like, something I'm interested in. I make them about something I'm interested in as much as possible, but it's not always possible, and also then it's only read by my teacher, and I need to reach the masses. These thoughts, they can't be contained to just, like, 3 people, 4 if you count my cat. So that's what this is. Not quite, though. Right now, I don't have the time to properly work on one in a way that I want to, and, like, would come with a finished product that looks like what I want it to, which I started writing because I want to work on it, but it's the last week of uni. I'm literally procrastinating studying right now by recording this, so I'm also struggling to figure out, like, the actual writing process of it all, because I'm trying to balance, like, the essay way of writing that I know from uni and school and being more casual, and just, like, figuring out where the balance is. Like, guys, in our YouTube videos, like, what referencing style are we using? Can we use footnotes? Can we use in text? Are we using APA or Chicago? You know? How many sources do I need? Or can I just yap off my dome? You know what I mean? So this one here will be me yapping off my dome, because I don't have time to write that kind of script, but I wanted to use it as, like, the first in a kind of, my camera's about to die. Lovely. I want to use it as, like, the first in a kind of series I want to do about, like, convenience culture and fast fashion and, like, the way we move, like, through time at the moment, like, how quick everything is, in terms of, like, consumerism and, like, access to information, and how that ties in with things like AI, and how all consuming these kinds of things have become, and the way they, like, leach into all aspects of our lives. So I thought a good way to start would just be me kind of discussing my own thoughts without any academic looking into. I have that a bit, but I'm not going to discuss. And more so, like, my own journey, I guess, and experience, like, in the last few months of becoming more aware of these things, and, like, how they've impacted me, my brain, and my life, and, like, what I've been trying to do to, I guess, correct or, like, change these things, and just live a bit slower, or as slow as I can in our society which we live in. So yeah, I hope you're interested. First thing I want to talk about was, like, the product consumption side of it, and in relation, for me, that's, like, a lot of my thoughts about this have come with the fact that I've been trying to do a low buy year this year. If you watch my video from New Year's, you'll see me talk about all my, like, the rules and thoughts I have about it. And we're almost, like, halfway through the year now. We're at the end of May as I'm filming this. So I have thoughts. I've written them down. Although I'm doing the low buy and not a no buy, it's, like, harder to gauge how, like, well you're doing. Like, is a low buy, is it still okay even if you're buying stuff, because you never said it was no buy, you still said you're gonna low buy, like, still buy some things. And admittedly, I have, how do I put this? Yes, broken some of the rules and not always followed them, because like I love buying things. I hate to admit, I fear I do have a slight shopping addiction. I think I'm getting better, but I do randomly just feel the need to purchase something, which I'm really not a fan of with me. But doing this has made me much more aware of it, because I like have begun thinking about, actually, why do I want to get this thing? Why do I want to buy it? Why do I feel the need to buy something right now? And thinking about that has been so helpful for me, because it's made me realize so often I want to buy something. It's like purely for the emotional reaction. It's not because I actually like feel like I need anything at all. It's just like I want something new. I want something new and shiny in my life. I even did this like when I was younger. Not with buying though, just like the need for like, if I'm sad, I need something to change or new. So like when I wasn't able to easily access shops and stuff, I would like dye my hair, because it would be a change, it would be something new, like it would be me controlling something. So I've like stopped dyeing my hair as much, because it's like so much effort. But now it's like, well, I can just buy a little thing, like a trinket or like some clothing. But because I become aware of that, it doesn't have that same impact anymore. It's like now I've bought the thing and I just have something new and I've lost like $40 on it and I don't even need it. Oh my god, I forgot I was going to knit during this. So that's been helpful. That's not to say I like haven't bought things just because I like want to or feel like they're gonna fix me, because even though I can be aware that I'm doing something purely for an emotional response, it doesn't mean that I am then not still like, well, but I want, like, I just want to, I want something. Like, I haven't quite found a replacement for that feeling. If I'm sad, I kind of have, because it's like, well, this is just going to make me feel guilty afterwards. But if I'm happy, I like feel the need to reward myself with a little thing. And I haven't quite found a replacement for that, but it happens less often and it feels more valid to purchase something then, because it's like, okay, I'm rewarding myself for doing something like kind of hard, I guess. Normally it's like completing an assignment. That I'm like, well, I need a little treat to say, good job, Emily, you did it. Because like, it's nice to be rewarded for your hard work. Yeah, what did I write? Oh yeah, with the guilt stuff though, it has come up a lot more since I tried the low buy, like guilt in association to like purchasing things. I feel a lot of guilt in my life all the time. It's something I've had to talk to my therapist about. I feel very responsible for the emotions of people around me, yada yada yada. Anyway, because I'm aware that I feel like that, or I feel a sense of guilt, I've tried to not hold myself too strongly to the rules of low buy or beat myself up too much for it if I like break them, because it is simply not worth it. This challenge is for me, and even if I'm breaking a rule, it's still like somewhat working, because I'm still thinking about the thing I'm buying more and more aware of it. And with the guilt, especially this, it's the same kind of guilt that comes up for me when it comes to like food and exercise, which I don't want to get too much into because it's a bit much. But to make a long fucking story short, I'm diagnosed with an eating disorder. And a lot of the things that got me diagnosed was like my feelings of guilt around what I was eating, and not good, obviously. I'm like fine, I'm doing better, but I was starting to feel those same feelings when it came to purchasing stuff, and so I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to have this crippling emotional reaction to buying things in the way that I did with food. So like, I had to loosen the rules for myself just because I didn't want to deal with that. And like, I haven't, like, that was only a few months ago. Right now I'm doing a lot better with it all, and just accepting like, it's actually okay. Like, it's okay to spend money. Because for me, I think what helped me was like my reframing of, don't make a low buy about saving money, make it about like intentionality with your spending and buying things. So like, if I can go, okay, well, here is what this purpose for this thing is, or here is why I'm spending this money right now. Oh my god, someone's at my house. This time with my co-host Fern, who unfortunately I don't like this shot, so she will not be in frame for the rest, but trust, she's here. She's here with me. Okay, I'm back properly. Yesterday I had people come over to my house and I thought they'd be arriving later than I told them to come at that time, but when they did, I was surprised at it. Anyway, one other thing that has very much always helped me, but then like becoming more aware of how it's helped me has helped me even more. Take a shot whenever I say help me. With like slowing down and like being more aware of my consumption and stuff is the fact that I make things and like crafting. So like making clothes and garments, especially knitting, and like I don't sew often, but I have sewn a garment before. It wasn't very good, but I've done it. It makes you so much more aware of the amount of work and skill and labor and time that goes into the creation of every piece of clothing you have. So like it feels so much more insidious, the wages and like price that we charge and pay for our pieces under fast fashion and like in this hyper consumerist model that we live in when it comes to fashion. Does that mean I never support it? No. I would not be able to sit here and be like, I like actually never buy fast fashion, because most of the clothing that I do buy probably would be considered fast fashion. When I can, I try to find businesses that are sustainable, but it's like, unless you know, it's kind of hard. And convenience, I have to be so real. But the point is that like we should all make efforts to be more sustainable in our consumption, whether that means buying things from non-fast fashion and slow fashion, like sustainable places, particularly ones that are based in your own country, so that you don't also have the like emissions created from shipping things overseas, as well as like just buying less clothes, not feeling like you need to buy things all the time, very much considering why you want to purchase a certain item, because that's very much helped me. With my low buy, I never set a like rule about clothing, because over the last year I've gained weight, and so I can't fit all of my clothes that I own. And so I didn't want to limit myself, because then it would be like, well, then I'm stuck with clothes that either don't properly fit me, or like they can get around my body, but they make me feel uncomfortable or bad. And I need to prioritize how I feel about, especially when it comes to how I feel about the way I look, because as I've said, issues. But then that's also like opened up another thing where it's like it would, if I'm buying something because I'm replacing it because I need to go up a size or whatever, totally fine. But then there's other things and it's like, oh, none of my clothes make me feel good. If I buy this other thing, it'll make me feel good. And I've realized that that's actually not the case. If I'm not feeling good in any of my clothes, I'm actually not going to feel good in anything new I purchase either. So I don't want to do that, you know what I mean? That's been good on the clothes side. But going back to the making side, I also feel even within the like crafting and making space online, there is that want to even like over create stuff, if that makes sense, especially if you're like a content creator where your stuff is based on like the things you make. There is like a definite need to consistently be making stuff to make content out of, but then like you just end up with the thing of like, now you have all this stuff. Like, what do you do with all of that? How many like little crochet tops do you need? You know what I mean? How many fucking amigurumi plushies do you need to be so real? The final thing I want to talk about is like slowing down my media consumption and communication. So I have very much tried over the last like month or so, I've very much been trying to avoid watching like YouTube commentary slop. Just like any video with a title that is even vaguely like, this situation is crazy. Because, oh my god, I can watch them so bad. I can sit there for ages and just like have them play and I'm not taking in any information. But the stupid man is talking in my ear about other stupid men and I'm like, yes. But like, what are we doing? Like, what am I doing? I've been trying to like take in content that is actually like interesting and I can talk about outside of it is like meaningful in any capacity, you know what I mean? So I've been really enjoying Matt Bernstein's podcast, A Little Bit Fruity, as well as like Taylor Lorenz's like content in general. I've also, with the like not wanting to consume just like any random video or any random thing that an algorithm recommends me, I've been like attempting to avoid algorithm like interact like algorithm suggestions. On YouTube it's a bit harder, but like on Spotify I've been this feels so lame to say out loud, but like I love my day list playlist, and I've been trying to avoid it because I want to make more conscious decisions about what I'm listening to and what I'm watching and what I'm doing. I don't want companies and algorithms to just like hand and like spoon feed me everything that they want me to be listening to. I want to like go to the effort of putting together a playlist myself or finding an album or finding an artist that I want to listen to, and not just like or like getting recommendations from like real people, not like a little robot in my phone. I want the gay people in my phone, so many things, not the robot. So that's been fun. I made a playlist that's just inspired by The Lord of the Rings and Twilight. And it's the Twilight soundtrack, it's Lord of the Rings soundtrack, and then it's a lot of Hosea. And I've been listening to it non-stop. It's like, it brings me so much joy at the moment. I love it so much. It's truly wonderful. And I wouldn't have like done that if I was just listening to the same day list that I was every day. So I'm enjoying that. The other thing I have been doing is like in general trying to limit my time on Instagram. I got this app called OneSec, which like whenever you open Instagram, it like plays a shortcut where it's like, go, do you really want to open it? And it's been good because I've been like, no. And then it also tells you how many times you've opened Instagram in the last 24 hours. And my game is that I play like the lowest amount I can get. So here you go. The one annoying thing is like if you're DMing someone and like you're having a conversation and you like exit out of the app and like every time you want to reply to a message you have to go through like, do you want to open Instagram thing? That's annoying, but like it's whatever. So that's been good. I'm considering fully deleting Instagram off my phone because it's like I can still use it on my laptop if I really want to have a look because I do use it for communication, but like just not having it constantly there so I can constantly like fuel my brain with like nonsense might be nice. My thing is like, again, I just use it for communication, so I don't want to completely cut off those like forms of communication if I don't have my laptop on me. We shall see. Also, you can't post your story from the desktop app, and like I don't do it often, but I do enjoy a little story post. I do enjoy a cheeky little story post, so yeah, we shall see. But the most fun thing I've been doing is writing letters. I was inspired because this artist I love, she actually made this cup here. I don't know if you can see. It's so cute. She's normally like a ceramic artist, but she also does like draw and paint and stuff. Her name's Alessia E. Arts. She's based in Lisbon. She started a subscription snail mail club where like every month she sends you a lovely little letter as well as a little print and a sticker from her, and I just thought it was so cute, so I joined. And I was like, this slays. Like, as a communication form, this is wonderful. So I started writing letters to my mum and my nana. I wanted to do it to my friends as well, but I didn't know what I would talk about because, like, most of them that I would think of writing it to exist in a Discord server where I just, like, dump all my thoughts anyway, so I wouldn't have anything new to tell them. And also they all live in Canberra as well, and I didn't want to pay, like, $1.50 for postage every time. You know what I mean? It didn't feel, like, worth it. But my mum and my nana live not in Canberra, like, 3 hours away, and they don't get all my thoughts all the time, especially not my nana. So I thought it'd be cute. And it has been really fun. I just got the one from my nana, like the reply to my old from my nana the other day, as well as another reply from my mum. And it's like so sweet. Like, I don't know, because it's my mum and I especially like do regularly chat over the phone, but it's more just like life updates. This is like what we talk about in here is like more not just like so much about ourselves, like stuff we've been listening to, stuff we've been thinking about. A lot of the stuff we've been talking about here, I've talked about my mum talked about to my mum in the letters before, and it's just been really nice. Like, and it's such a exciting thing receiving one. Like, I wasn't home and Imogen checked the mailbox and found the letter from my nan, and she got me a picture, and I was like so excited to get home and read it. So, if there's anyone in your life that is like at a respectable distance away from you that you want to communicate with, I would highly recommend starting a mailing back and forth chain with them. It's very fun. Yeah, that is everything I can think of for my thoughts on like slowing down, I guess. The main takeaways I've been trying to slow down my consumption of things and sloppy media. That is all I think. I hope you enjoyed. I know this is different. I'm sorry to editing Emily if this is like nonsense, and I'm sorry to the audience if even after it's gone through editing Emily it's still nonsense. I hope you're all having fun if you're at the end of a uni semester like I am. That's all I have to say on that. And I will see you next time. Yippee! Sorry.